Now we're trying to get to the opposing side.
Yeah, there's someone just beaten up. The police are pulling us all back.
Do you know exactly what's happened?
Well, I'm not too sure. He's sitting down on this left-hand side. You'll see him, but his face is well pummeled in.
They just started pushing us back for what? What have we done? We've done nothing. We're demonstrating peacefully. We want our country back. I've got no racist bone in my body.
All we are doing is standing peacefully. Again,
here we go. Yeah, and again, and again. Fuck England! Pissing down the rain! Fuck England! England! Where we live! This is where we live!
Sky News have said there's a few thousand of us. So that's how many people can believe Sky News.
What do you guys think about Keir Starmer though? I was so young I'd forgot that even though I was not in that place, people still were, and as selfish as it sounds, for years I blocked out what I'd seen and they just pretended that place didn't exist.
Okay, waxaa ku nooshahay Kenya Dadaab ee dhagaxley.
You want to say anything on camera, mate?
Sink the boats, that's what I've got to say.
You're probably wondering what the actual are me and my two racially ambiguous cameramen doing at Tommy Robinson's Unite the Right rally. This documentary you're about to watch is the wildest video I've ever made. Not only does it show my time at this far right march, but it also takes you on a journey to Dadaab, Kenya. One of the world's largest refugee camps. For over 7 years I've sat on the footage you're about to see. Truly my wildest adventure. You'll hear stories I thought I'd never share, about how a freshly turned 18-year-old Kaynan went to the world's largest refugee camp practically alone to interview people in a place alien to most. This is the most Real Life is Wild video I've ever made. I present to you In 2018, while in my final year of media college, I embarked on a journey that would change my life forever. For our end of year school project, we were given the freedom to create whatever piece of media we wanted. I opted to make a documentary about something close to home. In fact, practically at home. I am no stranger to luck. My entire life is the byproduct of being extremely blessed. I first realised this when I went to Kenya and Somalia for the first time in 2010. Now, I was born in London in the UK, but my entire family was born and bred in Somalia and later in Kenya. Growing up in London, I had no idea how different life was over there. A brutal land with every resource scarce. A real life doom. My first trip in 2010 was truly a shock to my system. I so distinctly remember seeing what I thought was a dead woman with no limbs look up as I walked past her, and what I assumed was her 5-year-old children who had the face of hopelessness. For 10-year-old Kaynan, this was and still is a nightmare. Back then I remember thinking, I'm the same as these people. Why am I able to go to the London Eye with my father and eat ice cream next to the Big Ben? I remember very vividly feeling what I now know as survivor's guilt. I came back to the UK and the first thing I remember doing was going to the corner shop. I could not reenact the excitement and happiness I felt to be in a country where society hadn't crumbled, a privilege I'd never take for granted again. I was so young I'd forgot that even though I was not in that place, people still were, and as selfish as it sounds, for years I blocked out what I had seen, and I just pretended that place didn't exist. I was so genuinely traumatized by what I had seen, but it was nothing compared to my 2018 visit. I grew up and lived in the UK my whole life, but anytime I'm home, it's like I step into Somalia. The smell of unsi, the baris my Hoya makes, the curtains that every Somali household has. I truly felt by just being in this house, I grew up in a sort of micro Somalia. As I got older, I realized I cannot hide from my identity, who I am and where I come from. My parents have never let my identity slip away from me, but the older I get and the more I experience living in London, the more confused I feel. Am I Somali? Am I British? Do I have to choose? How come you're here today?
Where are you from? Let me ask you the questions.
Yeah, I'm from London.
Where are you from?
I'm from London.
Well, I'm from a place called Manchester.
Nice.
Have you ever been to Piccadilly Gardens?
No, it's a nice.
Right, well you ask yourself, you go to Piccadilly Gardens and you ask yourself why you're here today. Matthew, why are you here today?
Because of all the immigration.
You guys came from Manchester here?
We travelled 7.5 hours to be here today.
Yeah. And what's your goal for today?
My goal for today is to bring the people together. You stand in Piccadilly Gardens and look at the minority. The foreigners are the priority, we're the minority, and I'm here to be the priority.
We're second-class citizens in our own country at the moment. It's hard for people to say that we're not, you know.
A lot of people say the country's changed a lot culturally and everything like that. How do you feel about that?
I feel like our culture's getting eroded rapidly. No problem with immigration as long as it's done the right way. Illegal immigration, it's a disgrace. We're getting eroded in our own country.
Whose fault do you think that is, in your opinion?
Government, politicians.
How do you remember your country before all of this stuff happened?
It was a nice country once.
And how do you think you can change that? What's the solutions for that?
The thing to change this is we're a Christian country. Bring the Christian values first again. Not Muslims, just be proud to be British. It's not about race, it's not about this, it's not about that. Be here together for one and only. Our ancestors didn't fight for this country like this. We are here together today to prove a point.
What's your favourite thing about being British?
My favourite thing being British? I just love this country. You know, even though it's going downhill, but I love this country no matter what. We will fight with it to the end of the road. Our troops are little teens. We can do it ourselves. I want my son and daughter to understand that they can fight for this too.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Very welcome.
Thank you very much. You want to say anything on camera, mate?
Sink the boats, that's what I've got to say.
With this understanding of your identity comes responsibility, and as I got older, I realized what my responsibility was with the skills I had. So in 2018, for my final media school project, I decided I was going to make a documentary about Dadaab, Kenya, at the time the world's largest refugee camp. Currently, around 430,000 refugees live in Dadaab refugee camp, with a 97% Somali population that have fled wars and other regional conflicts. I remember before leaving, telling my college friends about my plan. There was a lot of excitement and shock from my peers about the project. There were even jokes that I'd have to swallow my SD card, which at one point during my travels, I genuinely thought I'd have to. I remember taking photos with as many of my friends before I left and saying goodbye to all of my classmates. You know, maybe I was being a bit dramatic, but my thought process was if I died on this trip, you know, at least everybody would get a good memorial Instagram photo of me, and that would make me happy, I guess. Going to this part of the world is no joke, especially as a journalist. Unlike my 2010 trip, I was not naive. On the 8-hour flight to Kenya, I was mentally preparing for what I was about to see. The scarring images in my mind of these poor homeless women without limbs, and the children with hopeless faces never left me, but it became clearer and clearer the closer I got. I landed in Nairobi and was escorted by my main guide, a man named He would show me around and help me get to the Dadaab refugee camp. My Somali isn't bad, but it's definitely become westernized, so having someone who could not only speak for me, but who also knew the lay of the land was extremely vital. There are many nice places in Nairobi and Kenya as a whole, but the place I always stayed was a rougher area called Slee. In fact, it was actually called Eastleigh, but for some reason was shortened to Slee, which always made me laugh. As our taxi drove into Slee, memories started flooding my mind. I remember seeing the same hotels, the same crowded roads. As I got out of the taxi, I realized I stuck out like a sore thumb. I felt thousands of eyes on me. My parents had kept telling me, "Neo Timaha Jaro, cut your hair, Kaynan. Long overgrown hair over there is not normal, and neither are silver Air Max 97s. I say this not because I felt fear I was going to be attacked or robbed, but because in a place full of me's, I still felt like the odd one out.
What do you guys feel about Tommy Robinson then?
He's kind of like open and spoken. We don't think negative of him. We always think positive of him, and he's doing it better. And this is all because of it. Parliament don't care. Like, we do care, and we want to show the country that we do actually care about everybody else. I've got myself as a kid. She's mixed race, so I've got a partner that is white, but I got to agree with it. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing to do with the racism. Everyone points it's that, but I don't think it's that. I've been here, people they're like, "Yo, good on you." You know what I mean? Ordinary people like.
Can I ask, how did you kind of get into this? Because again, it's not common, really. I feel like.
No, it's normally watching TV like Charlie Keith, all these, you know, conspiracy people. Yeah. Me and him, we've been watching it for the last 2 years, so we know figurization and we know that what you should not pay, like council tax, so many things, like, but yeah.
How are you? What's your name?
My name is Shoaib.
I like your outfit.
Oh, thank you, man.
What are you doing here today?
Oh, well, I'm just here to support everybody. You know, like I've been to the last march. Usually when you see the mainstream media, what they would say, oh, these are the white far-right thugs. But when you see somebody like me, an immigrant, I'm actually an immigrant. So when I come here and I say what I'm saying right now, mainstream media can't call everybody racist, because then they have to call me a racist as well. So I don't think there's any racism. I've been here since 9 a.m. I've met, I think, minorities. Yeah, man.
Up England. Up England. Quiet England. Come on, England.
Take care. I don't know who that guy was, and he literally came, shook our hand, and he's gone. He could have said something else. He's there. Where are they? You know, literally, where are these people? Yeah, stand here, brother. Stand here. So yeah, you know what? That's the thing. You don't know. Yeah, if you don't have any somebody coming from that community, anybody else, they will call these people racist, but they're not.
I don't want to chat about when I stay up in the night. Heavy weaponry. Is it to the left of me? Secondary. This is fucking England! Pissing down the rain! Fucking England! England!
The spirits are high. The spirits are high.
England!
Thank you, man. Thank you. There we go.
Where we live! This is where we live!
And I'm not even used to the weather. I don't know the weather as well. And I love the British people. I love the British culture. I love everything British. Then that's why I came here. If I wanted some Pakistani, I would go to Pakistan. That's the whole thing.
If you're contributing here, yeah, we love you here. If you're not contributing, f*** off.
Let's say someone who's illegal comes to the country and is contributing. Is that not okay for you? How would you describe it?
No, because they're not contributing. They're sending all their money back to their family.
Can I just
you know,
say,
which we completely understand from a personal and humanitarian level. We get that, but the English government and English working class people, we cannot afford it, bro.
I'm concerned how things are for the kids, for women, the fact that people like myself, single parents, struggle every day.
English families are struggling, my bro. My family, my mum and dad struggle to put food on the table for me. Yeah, simple as that.
People like myself have paid taxes to this country. I have, you know, contributed in a positive way. I'm just concerned, slowing down the shitter for my kids, basically.
You feel, in a way, neglected by the country and people about it?
Yes, absolutely. I'm not against immigration at all. I just want it done the right way. Legal routes. I was born and bred in England, but I don't feel like I'm important. And that's, I think, what a lot of people are thinking.
What do you guys think needs to be the main change? Though? If there was something that could happen today that's a big change,
so what we want to do is we want to freeze immigration for a period of time until we sort ourselves out. Yeah, and then we can think about other people. Until England can sort out ourselves, our own country, our own people, then we can look after others. But first is England. Our country first. If we can afford and we can help you out, then we would love to. But we can't right now. Right now we can't.
Hey man, how are you?
Good, how we doing? Press.
Doing well.
I do admire people who've come out on a Saturday to let it be known, let their views be known.
Yeah. How old are you, by the way?
21.
21. He's lost his voice.
And trust me, it's a lot of shouting. Lots and lots of shouting. As someone who's migrated to this country, who's come here fairly, I genuinely feel that Britain has been shortchanged, especially by its politicians and its leaders. And a radical change is needed.
What do you think that change should be, in your opinion?
Yeah, so I think more gutting the civil service, resetting our armed forces, putting Britain back on the world stage, and I do agree with scrapping net zero.
Do you get some stigma, obviously, for supporting this?
You get the two nasties, but for most of it, because I've had a camera out today, like you chaps, it's been very, very warm and receptive. People have been pushing me forward. If it happened to my countries, because I'm from 3 countries, I would feel the exact same way. I'd feel the exact same way.
After spending a few days with family in another town, me and Redacted decided to start our 7-hour drive from Nairobi to Dadaab. We did not take a car, however. Redacted's plan was to take a coach. Now, coaches in Kenya and Somalia are extremely dangerous. Because of how unsafe the roads are and the speeds in which these vehicles go, not to mention their extremely heavy luggage load, coaches are prone to crashing with devastating fatalities. This coach would take us close to Dadaab, but not all the way. After waiting an hour for this dilapidated coach, it was finally ready to leave. As it set off out of the city and into the countryside, it brought back memories of my first trip in 2010. I remember as the sun was setting, I could see the golden brown ball ducking behind the mountains, and I asked myself, why can't this land be more prosperous? As a whole, why can't Africa and its people win? Till this day, I know me and many Africans have these same questions. Now bear in mind, this coach was going around 70 miles an hour on a fractured road. It was impossible to not be afraid of a crash. It felt imminent. Around 2 hours into the journey, our coach had pulled over. Apparently, during the 70-mile-an-hour F1 coach style driving, one of the tyres popped and had deflated. This would have been fine if it was the only problem, but I'm not going to bore you with all of the mechanical problems that this coach had. Luckily, it broke down near a service station, which in the countryside of Kenya is 2 shacks and a tea shop. After the coach broke down, we knew it would be a while before we could get back on the road. I was also quite hesitant to get back on the coach. Like I said, it felt like a crash was truly imminent. Redacted decided to call a friend who could take us the rest of the way. At least with a car, the journey would be a lot safer. After a few hours being on the literal rocky road to the camp, the sun started to set and we approached the entrance to Dadaab. Our driver, who up until this point was bubbly and talkative, turned extremely cold. His entire mood had changed and it was palpable. He dimmed the car's headlights and started to tell us why.
meesha soo galana waa dadka ma jecla telefoon iska dabi telefoonka kamerada wax kasoo dami dalkana waan daminayna kamarawan telefoon iyo waxaas haddoo kale mugdiga ma fiiro maarata dadkan ma jeclo telefoonka iska dami kamerada iska dami dalkana waan daminayna.
You think you felt fear until you're in a desert at night, bordering one of the most dangerous places on earth.
marka iska dami wax kasto soo taxadirno
waxaa mala ii sheegin xawaalan waay
waa wax jiro waay qaarkood hubna wataan marka iska dami wax kasto.
This fear is not like the fear of heights or spiders. This fear felt truly hopeless.
لكن كان مجعله إني للضوء مسائل ومنع إني للضوء.
How are you?
You're doing well, you're doing well.
Can I interview you? What are you saying?
Can't interview me, man.
How come? I'm not going to say anything, man. No, you are. I can tell.
To be recognised in the heart of a right-wing rally was unexpected, but what this man said after agreeing to speak with me surprised me even more.
Don't let them divvy you up. Don't let them divvy you up. Not no immigrants. Listen, they're chasing a pan note. I'll chase a pan note. If I could go to Australia and have an earner, I'll go to Australia. Through the back door, of course I would. Listen, that don't matter. They're doing what they do, innit? It's the government. It's the government. Listen, I've seen his thing. He's alright. I've seen his thing. He's alright.
To be told I'm alright during this right-wing rally made me question, am I the token? Has my need for understanding those I disagree with made me blind to the reality of where I was?
No one take the piss, mate. No one taking the piss. That's not being disrespectful to colour or anybody. Don't take the piss, mate. Boats, don't come here and think you get a free ride. There's no racism. There's a time to stop and a time to stop now. Stop now. Stop now. Stop now. Listen, it's not me. Just stop now. For the likes of us, my kids, stop. Your kids, these kids are stop now. Stop now. Respect, bro.
What do you guys think about Keir Starmer then?
I had reached a point of fatigue. I had realised that this wasn't simply a political rally for these people who don't feel prioritised in their country. It was also just a day out.
Can I just say, I just want to say, I love f***ing old birds. I'm like Gilf Hunter. Older the better.
It doesn't matter.
Older the better. When I was 16, I lost my virginity to a 30-year-old. That's when I realised I like the old pum-pum. I like wrinkles, I like dry pum-pum. Older the better. Experienced pum-pum. Gilf. Yeah, I like mature ladies. Best sex ever. Yeah.
Everyone has the wrong idea.
He likes married women. He likes to married women. He has a preference.
I don't know who that is.
After speaking to many people at the heart of the march, we decided to head back and try find the counter-protesters, but what we stumbled upon was much wilder.
Now we're trying to get to the opposing side.
Yeah, there was someone just beaten up. The police are pulling us all back.
Do you know exactly what's happened?
Well, I'm not too sure. He's sitting down on this left-hand side. You'll see him, but his face is well pummeled in.
They're f***ing wrong. They just started pushing us back for what? What have we done? We've done nothing. We're demonstrating peacefully. We want our country back. I've got no racist bone in my body.
All we are doing is standing peacefully. Again,
here we go. Yeah, and again.
Can I ask you guys what happened specifically? Did they just...
My man there got battered by old Bill. Look at him.
Yeah.
He got battered by him. My boy f***ing helped him out.
Yeah.
And now they want to f***ing start throwing punches at me. Listen, I need that. I'm used to your bully boy shit. Let's have it.
Do you not feel f***ing proud of this man standing here and what you've f***ing done to him? Do you? Do you feel proud of what you've done to this man? Look at this man. Look at him. Do you feel proud to see this face? Do you feel proud? They do. You got blood on your fucking blood. You got blood.
As a police officer, they have a duty of care to provide first aid. He's refused it to.
paramedic? Can we get him a paramedic? That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. Does he need a paramedic? I'm asking him to get him a paramedic. He's got his eyes closed and he's got blood dripping from his nose. Is there no paramedic anywhere? Right, because all of you are standing there doing nothing. As a police, you are supposed to do something. He is standing there doing, literally bleeding from his nose with his left eye closed, and you are doing nothing. You have pushed us back. You have pushed me when I have done nothing. Get him a paramedic. There's what? How many police officers here? And not a single one of them can radio in about an ambulance. You can hear me, you can hear me, you can hear me. Every single person that's looking at me can hear me. All we're asking for a bit of first aid, and everyone's turning a blind eye.
And you ain't got a first aid kit for this guy? I'll do it. Come up for a peaceful march and you're making it worse. Britain great, you got some cheek. Look at the shield. Britain great. Yeah, really? Give us a first aid pack to help this guy.
How do you guys feel like you're basically being ignored?
I've basically been... can't hear me. Playing Mutt and Jeff. That's what I do, playing deaf. Even if they give me a first aid pack, I'll help this guy out. I'm a battlefield medic. I served 12 years in my country.
It took over 30 minutes for this man to receive first aid. I do not know what happened with this man before his altercation, but the silence of the police did not help. You can see the rage and frustration in these people, and by the end, their deflation. My question is, are their feelings of disillusionment rooted in truth? Or have they been swept up by wealthier manipulators?
I just watched your documentary the other day, the one about...
Oh, no, I was going to give you a sponge.
Oh. I was so confused, why you giving me mine? I feel like it's a bit of a double standard here, because we're in England, but you can't support England. And I know the people are saying there's loads of racists here, but have you not thought about the other protests, how there's people that are racist against white people? So I feel like it's not fair.
How much do you feel like, appreciate it. How do you feel about the news you're seeing and how much you kind of believe it?
The only reason I'm coming here today was because I'm here in the place of my friend. My friend, he's Norwegian, right? He brought me to a Tommy Robinson protest. He doesn't live here. He just came for the last one. I was like, what's this? And somehow I ended up there. I've been at the front of the crowd. I've been in the middle. I've seen a load. Don't get me wrong, there's violent people here. I was surrounded by them. I was shaking, but I was fine. Because these people aren't racist.
How do you think they view you?
What do you mean?
Like the people in the protest, how do you think they view you?
Some people think what's he doing here? But at the end of the day, I'm supporting my country, It's I don't care if they hate me, because at the end of the day, I still support the same views as them. Obviously, there's going to be a minute fraction of people that, pursue hate, but that's not been shown to me. Honestly, I've felt nothing but love. These people, I'm standing with them. No, nobody's gone against me. Honestly, I have so much to say about this topic. Can I just...
Yeah, you can say what you want.
Could I just have a minute to think about it?
Of course. Yeah. Take a second. Take a break. Do you not feel a bit out of place?
I feel extremely out of place because I'm here surrounded by only white people.
Yeah.
There are some brown people, and they're completely safe and fine, by the way, but I feel like this is what I have to do, because it's not that I fully agree with all the points that are being said. I'm just saying that I don't think it's fair that these immigrants come on these boats. Once they've traveled through the whole of Europe, they're coming here and they're getting given a phone, they're getting given a place to stay, food. There's vets in this country who fought for this country that are just homeless. And I'm not a closed-minded person. If you give me
Well, okay, let me ask you this. That guy there just basically called us lefties. This guy doesn't even know you and he's already categorized you. Do you not feel like that's how it is?
That's how it is, but at the end of the day, They can still call me a lefty. I'm still gonna be at the protest. It doesn't matter. They can try hate on me, but like, it's just how it is. Like, some people, they just have that strong belief in them. Even though he called me a lefty, I'm still gonna be standing next to him later. So all I can do is educate him that I believe this and this and this.
What are you saying, bro? How are you? Are you here for the protest?
Yeah, I'm just here to look around.
You can walk past, it's okay, it's okay.
Excuse me, I know, I just wanted to ask a question if you guys like knew how to get into the counter demonstration.
You can't get in.
Yeah, I think they locked it off. Yeah.
Were you guys inside?
No, we asked, we were in the other one, and we asked how to get there. They said they've locked it off. But I think maybe Trafalgar Square.
The other one?
Yeah.
Can I ask why?
Just seeing different perspectives. Okay. Do you feel like we shouldn't have been there?
I don't know, it's just kind of making me uncomfortable, like how some of the people like waving around the Union Jack flag are behaving. Like, I just feel a bit threatened, to be honest. It's like quite a lot of aggression. It's just surprising because you guys seem very calm energy. I felt threatened and I've not even been inside the protest. It's been like quite aggressive, to be honest.
Do you feel like waving the Union Jack with the flag is like in a way kind of wrong? How do you feel about it?
Well, it kind of makes me uncomfortable. Am I being filmed?
Yeah. It's okay.
No, it kind of makes me uncomfortable, especially when the way people are using it. I feel like a flag like symbolizes like the intention that people have behind it, and I feel like a lot of people are using it with like racist intentions, like, and it does make me uncomfortable for that reason, because the people waving the flag often like they'll come up and scream in your face like that. That isn't making me feel comfortable. That makes sense. Even though like the flag should technically represent everybody that lives in this country, but the way people are using it is more like, I don't know. But it's kind of hard because I didn't realize there were so many people that thought this way.
Are you surprised by the turnout?
No, I was surprised, and I thought it was always just like old people that were always like, my country, but it's not just old people. It's like a lot of young people, a lot of families, which is kind of upsetting. Like,
so how come you're here today? I guess for the quote-unquote other side.
Yeah, no, I'm here for the counter demonstration. Also to see my friends, because I've not seen them in ages, and they were all at the counter demonstration. But
I just came here because I wanted to see both sides, really. And it's a lot of young people as well, which really surprised me, as what you were saying. A lot of like, it's not just like, I want my country back, like older men.
It was like, I'm not gonna lie, some old white men who were like, oh, my country, but then like family, like George was saying, like family days out and stuff,
well.
which is
a
so
lot of
shocking.
kids there.
And are you guys surprised by that because of the age, or is it because maybe this ideology is becoming more common with younger people?
People feel like they can do it now and get away with certain things that they couldn't before, just because there's like more and more people, which is kind of like scary, to be honest, because like if people gradually start thinking they can get away with stuff, what are they going to get away with? Like aggression, or like people think now it's okay to say certain things that maybe they didn't think it was okay to say before.
Were you in the protest as well? Were you in the mix? Or
I was in Westminster Bridge, so it was like packed at the time. And at first I did feel a bit scared, I'm not gonna lie. But you know, it's not as bad as like it's perceived to be. Like, it's not, you know, racist people saying, like fuck off. It's just it's just really like, you know, it's a bit reserved but aggressive at the same time.
Do you feel like because obviously I was there as well, you know, you might feel a bit of energy of like, you know, I kind of shouldn't be here. Do you feel that as well?
Yeah,
or?
I felt that really at the start, because I was in the middle and there was someone flagging a Palestinian flag, and obviously, you know, I'm Muslim myself, so it was a bit intimidating. They were saying, go back to Allah, you know, all these crazy things. So it was a bit intimidating at the start. There was an interaction, I don't know if it was positive or not, but someone came up to me, he's like, all right, go on, Sean, like, I think he was like trying to like ease me in, but I don't know, not many interactions.
Yeah, I did kind of feel like a token blackie, to be fair, sometimes.
Wala dadka waa laga inay ku botaan inay joogtaan waa laga yaabaa. Marka iska dami wax kasto. Soo taxadirno. Qaarkood hub dawatan. Marka iska dami wax kasto.
After about 10 minutes of incognito mode, saying every prayer I could remember, we made it into the camp without being spotted. After saying goodbye to our driver, we decided to get a meal in before sleep. The only place that was open was this small shack serving what looked like a few days old rice and meat. No flavour, just nutrients. Even the joy of pleasant tasting food was a privilege I'd taken for granted. We were then escorted to our room, which was a shed-like sleeping space with metal for roof. Almost every place had mosquito nets. Without them, you'd be eaten alive. I'd gone into my room with its thin, prison-like mattress and could not believe it. I was actually in a refugee camp, all alone, thousands of miles away from my District 1 life. The sleep was short and rough, but I woke up feeling bolo. It was dark, but I felt my arm was twice the size. I turned on my phone's flashlight and realized my arm was out of the f***ing net. The mosquitoes had had a buffet and my arm was the main course. Never in my life had I felt an urge to itch. But that was the least of my problems. Once I had realized where I was, I snapped back into reality. My only task: interview and hear the stories of the refugees. Here are some of the real-life experiences and stories from the forgotten people of Dadaab. The man who said I'd rather be lucky than good saw deeply into life. People are afraid to face how great a part of life is dependent on luck. It's scary to think so much is out of one's control. There are moments in a match when the ball hits the top of the net and for a split second it can either go forward or fall back. With a little luck, it goes forward and you win. Or maybe it doesn't and you lose.
maxaan ku ninkaygii walaalkay baa horteeda lagu gowracay tii la xidhxidhay ani walaalkay iyo ninkaygii yaa horteeda lagu gowracay dhacdaasan aan u taagnaa
wax hadda lama qiyaasi karo bini aadam wax lagu sameeyo oo dadkana lagu sameeyo ma jirto hatta dad la gubay baan ogahay goobjoog ka ah naf bini aadam la gubay dab lagu gubay shidaal baa lagu gubay dadkan garanaya magacyadiisa waan taagnaa
waxaan jiraa 14 jir baa
goorma timaaday marka halkan
walaahi ma garan karo sanadka imaada aniga waa yaraa musna ilaahay baa iska soo raacay ma garanay sanadka imaada
maxaa ogaadeen inaad uga timaaday halkan Kenya weeye.
The region these refugees are from is called
the Ogaden, a disputed territory in the current state of Ethiopia, an oil-rich land home to an approximate population of 5 to 8 million people. 96% of this population is ethnically Somali. Historically, this land has been up for grabs by many. In the late 1800s, the Ogaden was independent and inhabited by pastoral Somali clans and communities. In the 1890s, Emperor Menelik II expanded the Ethiopian Empire eastward, and Great Britain officially recognized Ethiopian sovereignty over the Ogaden via the Anglo-Ethiopian Treaty of 1897. This occurred without the knowledge or consent of the Somali clans who were legally under British protection. Italy invaded the region from northern Somalia in 1935, incorporating it into Italian East Africa. After Allied forces liberated Ethiopia in 1941, the British military administered the Ogaden until they finalized a series of handovers back to Ethiopia by 1955. This sparked widespread Somali protests. When Somalia gained independence in 1960, it rejected the colonial Anglo-Ethiopian borders, seeking a fully unified territorial Somalia. In 1977, Somali President Siad Barre launched a full-scale invasion of the Ogaden to back the Western Somali Liberation Front. After capturing 90% of the Ogaden, Somalia ultimately lost the war in 1978 due to a massive, decisive shift in Cold War alliances. A truly unprecedented switch in the Soviet Union abruptly abandoned its alliances with Somalia to supply Ethiopia with advanced weapons and military advisors. This geopolitical pivot, combined with the arrival of 15,000 elite Cuban combat troops, completely overwhelmed the Somali forces and forced their retreat. In April 2007, liberation forces attacked a Chinese-run oil facility to stop the Ethiopian government from stealing local resources, forcibly displacing Somali clans for drilling, and committing military abuses. 9 Chinese oil workers and 65 Ethiopian guards were killed in the 2007 attack.
مرة رالي تمنين ده إني معناها ضد أجنبي وتشيني صرتوا إنه كل دينتو لكن وحن كو قناعسنا ده مقولوا شدال كده عندنا مباركرتو ويكسو عند أذاعين حتى كل إنتين تكسو عند أذاعين يبانتي إثيوبيا سوشيالين.
In response, Ethiopia launched a brutal scorched earth campaign using collective punishment, village burnings, and a total economic blockade to starve out the rebels and in turn the population. This extreme violence and destruction of food supplies forced hundreds of thousands of ethnic Somalis to flee across borders to places like Dadaab. These are just some of the survivors
of this brutal time.
waan ka soo qaxay kama imaninba markaan ku leeyahay imaati waxa la qofku inuu iska tago haddana iska noqon karo waan soo qaxay iskama imanin waan soo qaxay anoo kabal aban soo qaxay qofka gurigiisa iyo dalkiisa wax u dhaam ma jirto adduunka wixii ugu xumaa baan dalbaday waxa ugu xun wuxuu yahay waa qaxootinimo waa waxa qof bini aadan u dalbado wixii baan dalbaday
والله وادريم كرتا قف gurigiisa ka soo barakacay oo dadkiisa la baabiyay oo maxaan ku dhahay wax ehelihii meesha u joogin oo maxaan ku waa dareem kartaa dhibaatada ka jirta nolol xumada ka jirta wax la soo tirkoob kara ama wax la faafin kara ma jiro
adigu waad fahmi kartaa qof oo waalidkiisa aan la joogin dibka haysto waad fahmi kartaa waxaan la joogaa dad oon ku arko un meeshaas ka soo dawraacay dadkii ilmahooda iskuullada geysanayaan baa iska raacay ayaga iskuul igeen balse laakiinse iskuulka naftirkiisa wuxuu raacay qof oo maskaxdiisa deganta maadaama aadan haysan meelaad ku laabatid aadan haysan meeshana beri ka maalin ka kac lagu dhihi karo waxaa waajib ku ah markii inaad wax baratid
waa la xidhay oo maxaan ku dhahay 2 sano jeel ku jiray waa meel oon xidhan oo dad askar hun dadka ilaalinayso ay leenayso
xabsi waxa la qofku markuu maxbuus yahay xuquuqda inuu helo bini aadamka ma ka jirto waxaan hadda ogahay dadka meel qorrax baa lagu hayaa xataa tuulooyinka iyo
jeelashu way farbadan yihiin kaanba magac lagu dhuftaa laakiin meel walba jeel ba ka samaysteen tuulo walba oo gobolka ogaadeen ku taala jeel baa u yaaliyo dadka ku gumaadaan ku laayeen.
The jail that keeps being referenced is called Jail Ogaden, a notorious detention facility in Jigjiga where thousands of ethnic Somalis were subject to systematic torture, extreme starvation, and horrific humiliation under the Ethiopian state campaign.
Jail Ogaden waxa horta dhulka dhan baa Jail Ogaden xabsiyada marka ma aha nolosha xayaatul kalab baa ka jirta ciqaabta dadka lagu haya meyd baa la seexanaysa hatta dad la gubay baan ogahay goobjoog ka ah naf bin aadan oo la gubay dab lagu gubay shidaal baa lagu gubay dadkan garanaya magacyadiisa waan taagnay hatta
waxba dadka lama siiyo dadku waa dad silcay waa dad la baabiyay waxa laga yaabaa bil inaan wax cunto aan la siinin jeel hagaagsan maaha meel yar oo ciriiri laga yaabaa inay maxaan ku dhahay 20 qof qaadir hayd baa 50 qof lagu xarayn oo la isdul saarsaa dadku waxa sorta noloshaas bataata bahay weydiina isbedel baa ugu dhacay marka waxa laga wareystay waxa ka jira wax ma aha bil aadanku maxaan ku ka shaqeyn karo.
Prisoners, including pregnant women, children, and village elders, were routinely beaten, raped, and subjected to solitary confinement. They were also denied basic medical care to extract confessions of supporting liberation forces, to essentially coerce innocent civilians without trial and say they were guilty.
20 qof iyo meel walba oo ku tuuro ugu yimaadaan ama 100 qof bay laynayaan oo isku xidhayaan marka anigu dhacdaan hadda aniga aan u taagnaa gurigeyga ka dhacday waxaan ku dhahayay maxaan ku ninkaygii walaalkay baa horteeda lagu gowracay intii la xidhxidhay ani walaalkay iyo ninkaygii yaa horteeda lagu gowracay dhacdaas aan u taagnaa marka maxaan ku dhahayay reerka maxaan ku waa xabaday aroor hore xabaday ku bilaabeen reerka way laayeen reerka way xidhxidheen baqay bay la mareen marka labadaan nin ba aniga hal meel leeyla mariyay labadaan way gowraceen markii iyaga meena maxaan ku sitin hortayda la gowracno saa u taagan hortayda ku lagu gowracay ولا يشرد له محن كل كوم عن قليل محن كل سحن بيدلين ولا بس سحن أو محن كل بلاد إننا كبحسن بيدلين وأنا لقى شيء كيري وايو درين كبرت قف كيس اللي جوهر جورع محن كل وصاصي وارجحي مركا أنا ويشلعين ويدلين سحن بيدلين مركا دمانة شيل كيجين
مركا شيل كلوجي أوكي حكور ما كنت مركا نكاجي أي هذه كادلين عرو كنت أضاعون هو هذا يستين بيشرا
هل ويلان هيستعلبوا قبل أن واسك سعر وضن كي مركا صباح سد هل ويلا يضبط كان
أوكي
الويل يلا قبل بقى صدق عيل مدكت.
You know, it's one thing to turn on the news every day and hear stories from those less fortunate going through things we can only imagine. But when you're in front of someone and they're telling you in detail what they've been through, the feeling is so piercing and visceral.
أبي هو إذا هرتي ذلوا قورعي أنا أركع أنت جالو حري إن بدن عن ضد دول صار كذب من هرتي ذا يالو قورعي حسدني ما الله قودرات كذب أنا ضد ذو إسكسو قورعي أنا سوق حاسو عرّا إسكسو دوكع.
هذا يلا ما شيء
أنا ضد كي أنا إسكسو دوراعي إلى أمريكا إسكا جوا أيوة بالجوا.
Just imagining the pain of losing both your parents at 14 because of war, them being literally killed in front of you, and having to flee your home all alone, and then grow up in a refugee camp. So many series of painful events. You can see the sadness mixed with the anger in this girl's eyes. But I also saw a little glimpse that gave me hope.
بحكي لي عرفت أنا ولا
بحكي مو بالله إيه
وحربت ده كده
ما جعلنا لدينا نقطة ما جعلنا لدينا نقطة مركز شيء وحنا نقول أنا مركز شيء أنا يوديس ما حكون جعلات.
She asked me if I could ask her what her dream was, and I was shocked. I was so focused on the pain, I'd forgotten the young will always dream and have hope. I asked her, what is your dream?
مستقبلك أنا هجعلها أنا نقطة بايلوت.
بايلوت.
ها. مال بدن أيوة عاون كرا بايلوت. بايلوت ده نقطة مدك وقت ضلك عن كحر يسن كرا دو حريهن وحن دقالة أو قاون كرا حق دقالة كعاون كرا.
مركا أنا مرة من وضم مكة ومنها قلتاجن وضن كيجان ربنا. aan ku noqonayna hadii gumaysiga ilaahay uu na dhaafiyo annaga bini aadamka caawinad imalin ilaa soo dhaqaalaad bixisan waana lagu laayay haddana lagu laayaa haddaad wax ka qaban weydeen qayb baad ka tihiin bini aadam baan nahay heer nabi aadam baan hal meel aan ka soo wada jeednaa hadduu cadin yahay hadduu madow yahay haddii la gumaystiyo hadduu xor yahay hal meel buu bini aadam ka soo wada jeedaa annagu ma garanayno miyaanan bini aadamka ka mid ahayn bini aadamka qaramada midoobay dadka laga hadlaya dad bini aadan oo ka mid ah miyaanan ahayn maxaan looga hadlay dhibkana lagu hayo maxaa looga aaminsan yahay miyaanan bini aadamka ka mid ahayn miyaydaan arag Guantanamo Bay baad ka soo warantaan miyaydaan arag waxna lagu hayo maxaa noogu daawanaysaan waraabahana cunaya maxaa u hadlaadii annagana maalin walba meedkayga bannaan ku yaala kama hadlaysaan seed noogu qancin kartaa marka qaramada midoobay baa jira seed noogu qancin kartaa marka xuquuqul aadanaha u dooda dad bini aadan wax garanayaan nahay wali noomeedaan soo jeesadaan
I'm not gonna lie to you guys, after hearing these stories of these innocent people, I felt a sort of despair I've never felt in my life. A helplessness that was so deep, almost like a black hole. To have heard these stories from people no different to me and you, and to not be able to help them in any way depressed me in a way I can't even fully describe. After filming the interviews, I had played with some of the kids and showed them how to use my camera. I then had to say my goodbyes. I felt so much that I had exploited these poor people. How was my student documentary in any way going to help them? I kept asking myself, what is the use of sharing such horror without actionable change to follow? When I returned to London, I felt the same feeling I felt when I came back in 2010. This feeling of gratitude and euphoria. I went back to college the next week and told a few of my friends some stories, but never went into detail. I kept saying to them, I'll save it for the documentary, knowing that it would be too painful to explain what I had seen, heard, and felt. Something I had kept to myself until right now was ever since I landed and looked through the footage, I felt this immense guilt, shame, and rage at myself. I felt like such a monumental failure. I was looking at the footage and was angry that I didn't film more, angry at the camera angles that I had got, angry that I was too afraid to dig deeper, guilty that I had not got in contact with any of the refugees, rage at my helplessness and cowardice. But more than anything, I felt so sad that I let these things stop me from sharing these stories all these years. I didn't even look at the footage once until 2023. I could not bear to see it, relive it, and hear the stories I failed to tell the world. I felt like I'd failed for years and it followed me. But in 2023, I looked at the footage again and for the first time in 5 years watched it. I just listened to what the people in the interview had to say. Maybe because I'd matured, in a way I was able to forgive my younger self and stop making it about me, about how I felt, about how sad it made me. That was never the point of this documentary. The point was to share the stories of these people, my people. When I spoke to those people at the rally, I disagree with them almost in every single way, but I don't hate them. We're living in a world in 2026 that's more divided than ever. Whether it's immigration to America or the UK, the sentiment is, why are they coming to our countries? We don't want them here. But as much as in a way I actually do understand these people and their gripe, it's one I can never accept because it's a rejection of humanity. Weak policy and never-ending wars have caused undoubtedly strong waves of legal and illegal migration across the first world. We blame poor people like instead of the policymakers who create instability in these countries. Whether it's environmental that cause wars from oil, or proxy wars that the first world gets involved in for their own agendas. People deserve to try to live a better life, but so many don't want to leave their home. They don't want to leave where they grew up, where their friends and family are. They try to divide poor people and they continue to succeed. They use dehumanizing rhetoric to make people from faraway lands feel alien. They brainwash the youth into thinking their lives are terrible because of an invasion of third worlders. And it works. It's worked time and time again. And the only way to stop the spread of divisive propaganda is to vocally stand against it. We live in a world now where I'm meant to hate the people at this rally. I'm meant to not speak to you if you have a different opinion. But I refuse to accept this. We truly underestimate the new world media, how false rhetoric spreads like wildfire. The common person is up against a propaganda machine more powerful than we're willing to accept. It has never been easier to radicalize the working class, to scapegoat the foreign poor. Now more than ever, we have to be speaking with each other in the flesh, discussing and understanding. Rejecting the mass fear-mongering psychosis that has been inflicted onto us by those who want to create division. Some people will forever choose to believe the lies, that the people who are coming to this country are bad people, but I refuse to believe anyone in that refugee camp and anyone at that right-wing rally are that different. And I think they have a lot more in common than our policymakers and the ruling class.
You always have a choice.
I can't lie, there's no city like London. I love this city. But my entire life, I felt like I don't belong here. And I've had this feeling I just cannot shake. I used to think I had social anxiety, but it's not that. I have a diaspora anxiety. Even though I was born here, this feeling of being a guest never leaves me. I have to act perfectly, I cannot make any mistakes. Fuck! I cannot speak loudly on the train. If I don't hold the door open, what will this old lady think of me? I always thought I had social anxiety, but no. It's like a diaspora anxiety. And even when I go back to Somalia, I feel out of place. My broken language skills and cultural differences become jarring. And I know so much of the diaspora relates to this feeling of almost purgatory, a sense of national homelessness.
Who the actual fuck am I?
I don't know many things, but what I do know is that I love where I'm from, and I love where I am now, and that's okay. I can't lie, there's no city like London. I love this city. Even though 90% of the time it's raining and the skies are grey and the wind is always hitting your face no matter which direction you face, I still love this city. I love everything about this city. I love the people and their dry humour, their depressing kind of aura, their don't talk to me but please kind of speak to me vibe. I love the fact that on the trains, the seats have a different vibe, and the fact that you can get these line bikes for hella cheap. I love everything about this city, whatever that little zigger said. I love everything about this city. I love the tourist attractions. I love the Shard. What are you saying? How are you? I love everything about this city. I love the fact that it's 3 AM and I'm recording in London and I get recognised and I'm given some wisdom. Appreciate it, man. Kaynan. Close enough, man. Hey, what do you love about London?
Peer-to-peer intergenerational mentorship on buses. You've got an uncle chatting to, or an auntie, an African auntie, like a young white kid who's being naughty.
True.
That's what I love about London. You don't get that anywhere else in the world.
I love this city. I love everything about this city. I love the trains. I love the buses. I love everything about this city. I love the fact that you don't need a car. You don't need to drive around, but if you do drive around, oh my days, the scenes you'll get here. So stunning. So many beautiful views, so many amazing restaurants. I love the fact that each part of London has its own unique vibe and a reason to visit. I love the fact that the boroughs have their own kind of logo and font. I love the fact that the trains have a different design of seats. I love the architecture of this city, the way it mixes the new and the old, and it blends it in a way that I've never seen anywhere else on earth do. I love everything about this city. I love that if I'm ever ill or in an emergency, even though it might be a 10-hour wait because they've really screwed over the NHS, I still have a place to be and a place to be treated. I love the nurses and the way they help. I love every single one of my teachers that taught me how to speak English, taught me mathematics that I forgot, taught me history that I don't care about. I love all of my friends that I've met here, whether it's Brandon or Billy or Patel or Arshavin, bruv. I love all of them. I love everything about this city. I love the lamps. From Richmond to the west to Newham in the east, I love this city. From Peckham in the south to Tottenham up north, everything about this city is cultural and elite. I love this city. I love everything about it. I love every tourist attraction. Look at this skyline. St. Paul's, all them districts over there, the Shard. It's so beautiful. I love this city. You know what I love about this city? I love the fact that you'll meet everybody on earth in this city. I love how wild this city is and how much it inspired me to just want to create. I love everything that comes out of this city, whether it's the music, the documentaries, anything creative that comes out of this place and this small island that's the UK. It's the best in the world and it gets poached by everybody. I love the UK, but especially I love this city. I love everything about this city. And even though this is not where I'm from, this is where I'm from. And yeah, no one's gonna tell me otherwise.
nobody knows what's going to happen. And then we film it. That's the whole concept. That's how we've always done it.